Good morning, everybody. It's Pastor Anderson here with your Sunday School devotion on Sunday, November 22nd. Happy early Thanksgiving to all of you guys. We are here with story number 11 out of 120 Bible stories. We got a ways to go here, but let's find out what's happening to God's people today. So last week, friends, we talked about Isaac meeting his wife Rebecca. And he was 40 years old when that happened. But Rebecca couldn't have any children. She was barren. So Isaac prayed to the Lord, asking that the Lord would grant them kids. And the Lord answered that prayer, and they actually had twin boys. The first one that came out, they named Esau, because he was very hairy and his hair was red. The name Esau means red. So the firstborn's name is Esau. Then afterward, out comes his brother, and he is holding Esau's heel. So they named him Jacob, which means he grabs the heel. And the boys grow up and they are very different people. Esau is a very skillful hunter. You see him in the background of this picture that you're looking at. He's the one with all of the game and the bow on his shoulder. Jacob is a very quiet man. He stays more around the house. And the problem is that Isaac loves Esau more because he likes the wild game that Esau catches. And Rebecca loves Jacob more because he hangs out around the house. And this is going to cause a problem 2 times. First time, Esau comes in from the field while Jacob is cooking some stew, and Esau is tired and really, really hungry. So he says, okay, give me some of your stew. And Jacob says, fine, I'll do that. But first, sell me your birthright. Now, birthright is what the firstborn son gets. It's a double portion of all of the father's stuff. And Esau sells that to Jacob for a bowl of soup. This shows us that Esau doesn't really care a lot about his father. He doesn't have any good family ties. That's going to be a real problem. And then fast forward a little bit, Isaac is an old man now. He can't see anymore. And so he says to Esau, go out and hunt game like I like, prepare it the way that I like it, and bring it back to me so that I can give you the blessing before I die. Now, the blessing was not the physical stuff like the birthright. The blessing was the spiritual portion of what a father gave to his son. So Isaac is going to make Esau the spiritual head of the household, would be this blessing. But Rebecca is listening to all of this happening, so she disguises Jacob so that he's all hairy. You see in this picture, he's wearing like goat skins on his back and on his arms so that he appears to be hairy like Esau. And Jacob goes in with a plate of food and dressed like this, and he tricks his father Isaac. So that his father Isaac, when he feels the skins and smells the food, he thinks that he's speaking to Esau, and so he blesses Jacob instead. And then right after Jacob leaves the house, Esau comes back in from the field and says, hey, I'm here, Dad, with your game. I want my blessing. And Isaac is very afraid because he realizes now he has been tricked by his youngest son and by his wife. And as you might expect, Esau hates Jacob because he stole this blessing from him. So Esau says, okay, my father is old, he can't see he's going to die soon, and then I will kill my brother Jacob. But Rebecca finds out about this, and so she plans to send Jacob away to her brother named Laban If you remember, we met him last week, her brother Laban, so that he can be safe until Esau calms down a little bit, and then he can come back home. So that's the story of Jacob and Esau. We'll hear more from Jacob in the weeks to come. And we'll get a little bit with Esau when we get back to Canaan. But there's going to be almost 30 years that go by before we see Esau again. So let's think about some questions as you guys think more about this story. First of all, Rebekah helps Jacob get this special blessing from Isaac. Did her plans work out? And even though her plans did work out, did what she and Jacob did, was that right? Talk about that with your groups. Was what Rebekah and Jacob did right, or was it sinful? And then, second question, Jacob doesn't deserve the inheritance or the blessing, but he gets them anyways. What sorts of gifts don't you deserve that you get from God anyways? Talk about some of those gifts with your group. And then when you're all done with that, you guys can carry on with the rest of your lesson. And I will see you on here next weekend for another edition of 120 Bible Stories. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.